Hey, hi everybody, and hi to those of you who are catching the replay. Welcome to the space. I love moving with you, and it's been a while since I've done any live sessions. For those of you who don't know me and why I do what I do, so I do things a little bit differently in the space. I'm a big fan of mobility over stretching. I do stretching and yoga myself, but I had a lot of injuries and chronic pain for an extended period of time, and a lot of stretching and yoga that I didn't really fully support me to feel loose in my body, feel relaxed in my body. So I'm a big fan of some of the work that we're doing today. Obviously, I'm teaching it because I need this in my life. That's why I'm teaching it. So it's a mix of PRI, postural restoration, really helping the body and the posture to restore itself so we are not constantly stiff. And then we're also doing some joint work so we can control the joint instead of constantly stretching the muscle. When the joint begin building strength, the muscle is going to build strength along with it, so it's not as tense. But the foundation of all of it is how you breathe. And I'm a big fan of incorporating breathing into the work. So if you've done yoga in the past, so we often do a lot of belly breathing, but in this space, we do a lot of breathing through the diaphragm. So all of these is an invitation for you to explore. So if this is the first time you're doing it, you might feel like your mind is like, what are we doing? This is too complicated. Why are you talking too much? Like, why I need to be doing all of this? Just relax. It's okay if you don't get all the pieces, but when you actually get into the flow of the movement, you can understand what's actually happening in your body. So I'm not going to be talking too much. Let's get started. So we're going to start standing today. I pressed record already, right? Okay, cool. So we want to start standing, and what I want you to do is start by planting your feet on earth. Just finding your connection to the ground beneath you. If you have a deeper connection to Mama Earth, maybe find that connection right now in the room that you're in. I want to encourage you to soften your knee a little bit so you're not all tensed up on the knee. The knee is soft, and almost as if you want to explore where the midfoot is in the body. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes, however that feels good for you. I want you to increase your understanding and the sensation that you feel beneath your feet. And now, as if you're doing an assessment for your body, I want you to notice where your weight is. Are you shifted to the left, to the right, to the front, to the back of the feet? And if you notice that, if you don't notice it, that's completely okay. If you do notice that, and explore where the center could be for you. And in an ideal scenario, center tend to be more in the middle of the feet while we keep that softness in the knee. So just explore where that middle ground, where that center is for you right now. I want you to get comfortable in this new center that you perceive. And now, while you're holding that space, I want you to imagine that there's a string attached to the top of your head and pulling you up towards the ceiling. I didn't ask you to move the chin up, just imagining there's a string in the back of your head pulling you up towards the ceiling, finding that length in the body. And if you can trust a little bit, can you give yourself that upward pull? Instead of you trying to hold your posture, can you allow your posture to hold you? And you might notice there's the subtle changes in the posture, and you're maybe moving more towards the midfoot, or it's a different kind of sensation, or you might be feeling a little bit more fluid in the body. So I want you to repeat that. Continue finding the ground beneath you and finding that length above you, and trust to give yourself to these two forces. So you can relax holding on, rather giving yourself to the posture to hold you. So oftentimes we hear pulling the shoulder blades back to sit all upright. we want to be in a position that the breathing is prioritized, and shoulder blade pulling back is not ideal for the majority of the people in this world. So we need that rib to be expanding. So now we're slowly transitioning to the breathing practice of today. Like I said, just choose what resonates, what you can pick up quickly, and roll with it. So I want you to start, if it feels okay on the shoulders, have index finger in the front, thumbs in the back. So you're hugging with your hands, you're hugging your lower rib. And I want you to start breathing to your diaphragm. What does that mean? It's not the belly that is expanding, it's allowing your rib expand into your hand, to the left and to the side, to the left and to the right, to the front and to the back. And then relax, exhale out. Let's go again. Inhale. And you want to see if there is a part of the lower rib that is not expanding. Maybe you notice the left rib doesn't expand to your thumb. And on the next breath in, can you explore that? Can you bring a little bit more movement to that particular side? That was an example. It could be somewhere else for you. So find that space, find that breath, soft inhale, expand the rib, nice relax, exhale out, or sigh out, however that feels better for you. We do that one more time, soft inhale. See if you can get a little bit more of that rib expansion, 360 degrees. We want the lung to expand in our rib 360 degree in the front, in the back, to the side. And that's what we need for efficient breathing. And that's going to be the foundation of the work that we're doing today. So now I'm going to go back a little bit to cover the inhale. So now I want you to take a soft breath in, maybe put your hands on your chest and still follow the same practice that we talked about, that expanding the side of the rib as much as possible, getting that expansion 360 degrees. So now I want you to take a soft breath in. Just check in with the first breath and see how it feels. On the next breath in, see if you can soften it as if the breath is breathing you instead of you trying to breathe. There is no trying, take the effort out of it. Almost as if you're becoming a channel to receive the breath, and that requires softness. Soft breath in, and nice relax, exhale out. And we do that one more time, soft breath in. Nice long exhale out. One last one, soft breath in. Every time you're softening even more. And full exhale out. So give me a thumbs up if you did feel some changes in the way you breathe, you felt your lung maybe expanding differently, or you started feeling things expanding in a new way. Give me a thumbs up if you did feel any change. Okay, good. Awesome. So now we're going to slowly transition to the wall. So we've done the practice of breathing, and oftentimes a lot of us are so congested and so limited on the back rib. So we want to open up the back rib before we get into the exercises. So you're going to have your arms bent on the wall, and then you're going to push the wall away from you. I didn't ask you to round. We don't want to round. We want to push the arm into the wall and have our shoulder blades slide to the side. We still keep, hi friend, little friend. So we're going to keep our knees nice and soft. Inhale into the back rib. Have the elbows down and point down the elbows. Soft inhale into the back rib. And I want you to imagine you have a birthday balloon on your lips, and you start blowing into the birthday balloon. You start noticing that your rib is coming down and in. So we're going to continue push into the wall and have the back rib moving away from you. Soft inhale. Full exhale out. So we want to practice lengthening our exhale now. So the inhale is around 2-3 seconds long, getting that expansion in the back rib. And the exhale ideally is around 8 seconds long, but you can do whatever, like at least 5 seconds, maybe 6 seconds, just roll with what you've got. So we're going to push into the wall, inhale into the back of the rib. So Molly, you can have your arm a little bit coming up more, like your elbows and your shoulders are in the same line. So you don't want to come too down. So now it's going to come a little bit lower down. A little bit lower down. So your shoulder and your elbow are in the same line, in the exact same line. So we're going to do one more breath here. At this point, you should start feeling your back rib getting more air in. Soft inhale into the back rib. Full exhale out. On the exhale, we're closing the front of the rib. And remember, I didn't cue any breathing into the belly. Everything is happening in the back. Soft inhale into the back one more time. Exhale nice and long. Allowing that rib to come down and in, hugging you in. Slowly let go. So now, when you're done with your long exhale, I want you to pick up your cushion, your pillow, something that you can hug. We're still going to remain against our wall, but this time, all these exercises that we're doing standing, I encourage you to keep the knees soft so you can become more relaxed in the position. So knee remains soft, the butt is touching the wall, the mid back is also touching the wall, okay? But I'm not leaning against the wall, I'm not resting on the wall. I'm still on the middle of my feet, but I'm keeping the reference point of my butt and my mid back on the wall, and then I'm gonna hug my cushion as tightly as possible so we can create a little bit more space. So we remember that string above us, finding that nice length, and then without you detaching from the wall, we start almost creating a question mark with our thoracic spine or our upper body. So we're going to slowly roll one vertebra at a time on the upper body until that you're on the verge of detaching your mid back from the wall. And then here we gently exhale. And then we come up one vertebra at a time. Really slow. So we're looking for control here. So I encourage you to go as slow as possible. Take a soft breath in. We slowly go around one vertebra at a time. Stay planted on your feet. Keep the knees nice and soft. Exhale in the bottom, and we slowly come one vertebra at a time coming up. So go with your own pace. We're here for around 5 reps. So if you need to go slower, go slower. Soft inhale. With these exercises, the slower, the better. You want to find the brain-body connection, the sense of neuromuscular control. Give yourself a nice exhale in the bottom and slowly move up one vertebra at a time. If you've been working behind your computers all day, this is going to feel really nice on the spine. So take a soft breath in again. Slowly going down. And then maybe you find a little bit more range. Remember, you're not detaching those 2 reference points. The mid back and the bum remain on the wall. And then we exhale and we go one more here. If you're halfway through the rep, maybe finish your rep. Beautiful. So now put your cushion aside and slowly transition to lying down in a way that your feet is on the wall. So this is a great time to pick up your chunkier blanket or your foam roller if you've got a foam roller. So what we're going to do is lie down on the back. Put the blanket between the legs. So for this portion of the exercise, it's super important that we are 90-degree on the knee, 90-degree on the pelvis. And as we continue doing this exercise, you want to check occasionally to see if you're still at 90-degree, because sometimes we push the wall away and we go further back. So I want you to return back to the wall. So knee right over the pelvis, knee and the ankles are in exactly the same line. So also, if you have tension in the neck and this position is difficult for you, you can grab your cushion and put it underneath your head here, okay? But I want that to cover your neck, not only your head, like that. So if you're okay, then keep it going. So now we're gonna have our hands land on our on our low rib. We start softly breathing, reconnecting with the rib expansion again. Soft inhale. And then imagine you have a birthday balloon on your lips and you're blowing into a birthday balloon. I want you to slowly build length and feel that rib cage coming down and in. You feel a gentle core integration on the side abs. So when everything is down and in, we go for the next soft breath in. Full exhale out. One more breath in here. Full exhale out. So now we're going to reconnect with our feet on the wall. Without your feet moving, you start digging your heels down towards the ground. You're creating enough force for your hamstrings to wake up. And when the hamstrings are woken up, so we're going to tuck the pelvis under us. What does that mean? Is instead of arching your lower back like this, so you want to go the exact opposite direction, which is this. So we're going to allow the hamstrings to hold our pelvis. So I'm going to show that one more time. So feel like this is you arching. Now I'm digging my heel down, finding that hamstring, and then tucking that pelvis under me. So we're not squeezing the bum, only the pelvis is what's tucked. If anything is working, is your hamstring here, okay? So you can also lean against your cushion or your blanket a little bit more, maybe hugging your blanket a little bit more tightly. So for this, you can either continue having your hands rest on your low rib or have your arms reach to the side of the knees. So we start by softly inhaling and then exhale. You want to get the exhale as long as possible. On the next breath in, can you not lose the low rib and only breathe into the back rib softly? And then full exhale out. Soft inhale in. Full exhale out. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Gentle, soft breath in. Take the rush out of it, even though you've been on a full exhale out. And then we're going to go for the exhale again. We're here for 2 more breaths in. On the next 2 more breaths, I want you to bring your sensory attention to the inner part of your heels, the inner part of your feet. Let's go one more time. Soft inhale here. Full exhale out. Let's all rest for a second, but try not to move side to side too much. Stay where you are. Just rest your hamstrings, rest your pelvis. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, we're going to dig the heel down and go back to that tuck position one more time. So now we want to practice pelvis stability. This is very much mimicking how we walk on this earth. And can we really be able to balance each other, balance our body on each leg as we move through life. So how does that work? We take a soft breath in, and slowly, you can also have your hands land on the ground if it's too hard, but if you're more advanced, lift one leg off the wall, have it hover on the wall. But nothing changes on the pelvis. Everything stays leveled, nice and relaxed, and we give ourselves a nice full exhale out. When the exhale is done, gently put the foot back on the wall. Take a soft breath in, get that rib nicely expanded. Lift the other foot off the wall, and we go for a full exhale out here. See if you can feel that side abs integrating. Slowly put the foot back down on the wall. Remember, nothing is shifting. We're not going side to side. Everything remains as leveled as possible. If this feels impossible for you and it's super difficult, what you can do, you can pretend that you're lifting the leg and slowly building up strength and building up control there. So continue with that. Soft inhale, lift the other leg off the wall. We want to stay aware of the whole feet, especially the inner part of the feet. And keep that foot hovering on the wall. The closer it is to the wall, the more you're going to be mimicking the idea of walking and fighting gravity. So one last time, drop it down. And then slowly relax when you're done. So for those of you who have your cameras on, give me a thumbs up if you're following and you're feeling good and you're feeling your core integrating a little bit and things are connecting. Okay, perfect. So when you're done, relax for a second. Perfect. So now we're going to start the next phase. If that makes you happy, maybe your hamstrings are tired, this is going to be the last exercise in this position. So we're going to start digging the heel down. This time hands can be land on the ground or on the body. So you might want to watch me a little bit more closely on this exercise. I like to call this exercise pelvis flossing because it's really allowing the pelvis to move separately from the spine. So we're going to keep everything nicely tucked under. So there is no point of this exercise that you're arching your lower back. This is super important. So what you're doing now, one knee is moving up, the other knee is dropping down. So the other knee is moving up, the other knee is dropping down. It's a natural response of the body moving left to right. So allow one knee is going up, the other one is dropping. One knee is going up, the other one is dropping. But this is the important piece. You shouldn't be feeling any lower back tension. If you feel like you're stuck, then keep it super small. If you feel like you're hitting an edge, maybe exhale in that space. The smaller and the slower you go, the faster you're going to increase the range of motion, because your body and your nervous system can trust you a little bit more. At any point you feel stuck, you feel like you can't move any further, give yourself a nice long exhale out, a nice soft inhale. So one knee is moving up, the other knee is dropping down, as simple as that. So keep that pelvis nice and tucked. Everything remains nice and stacked. So keep that going. Feet remains fully planted on the wall. I often see clients, the first time they're doing it, they lift the heel off the ground. No, everything needs to stay nice and attached on the wall. That's really important. And you've got a little bit of that hamstring still kicking in to support the pelvis in this side to side motion. And we're still rubbing against that blanket. Obviously with the foam roller, this exercise is going to be a lot smoother, but we can always work with the blanket as well. So slow control. We're here for another, let's say 5. Keep it nice and smooth. If you've got the rhythm of the movement, maybe you can speed it up just a little bit more. So you're allowing that gentle, soft, gentle side to side motion happening, and allow the neck and the shoulders remain relaxed. Make sure you're not tensing up. One last one. And slowly let go and relax here. Really good job, everybody. At least those of you that I'm seeing are doing it really nicely. So now, this is probably one of my favorite exercises, but again, it's one of those exercises that I make sure that I show to you from different angles. It's called hip cars. We want to work on the hip joint and bringing movement to it. So on the first one, I lie down on this wall, I show it to you, and then I go to the other wall so you can have both angles. You can watch me on the next and the first rep if you want to, or you can just follow along with me. So we're gonna have both of our feet on the wall, nice and strong. Lie down on the side. So again, for this, you can use a blanket for extra support, a pillow if you need that for extra support of the neck. So get into a nice 90-degree angle, like 90 degree in here, 90 degree here on the knees. So think about, we want to move the upper bone or femur into the hip socket. So we want to move that literal like bone into the hip socket. So go slow, go small. So we're gonna have our front hand on the ground, push the ground away from us to still keep that back rib open for the breath. But I'm not collapsing the chest, right? So I'm keeping the front of the chest open for the breath as well. So we take a soft breath in, slowly lift the knee towards your belly, slowly open up. So we want to move only the hip and the leg. So if I go too far, I'm going to get into my spine, and my spine is the one that is moving. So we're going to go super slow and then insert the heel into your butt, nice and strong. We go as far out and back as possible, and then slowly coming down towards the ground. Nice and control. Good. So see, my heel is higher up than my knee. And then I continue keeping the knee nice and down as I'm coming up towards the ceiling. Nice and control. And then we slowly draw a circle back. I want you to imagine as if you're moving through thick mud or thick air. So you're creating that intrinsic force, that muscle, mind, body connection. So slowly coming in, opening up, nice and control. Insert that heel into your butt, and we slowly go as far back as we can. Knee gets to a point that is fully in the same line as the hip, and I'm slowly coming down towards the ground, and then slowly lifting up towards the ceiling again, nice and control. And then slowly come back down. Maybe you can get a quick rest if you need that. So we're here for 3 more. Slowly coming in, opening up to the side, nice and control. We want to find that control. Like think about you're opening up to the side, and the heel is being inserted into your butt and then moved away from you. Slowly coming down towards the ground. Slowly lifting up towards the ceiling, drawing the circle back down. Relax. We're here for 2 more. You should at this point feel some burn, some heat building up in the joint. Slowly opening up. Nice and control. Slowly inserting that heel into your bum. Going as far back as you can. Slowly coming down towards the ground. Push that hand down and away from you so you can have that openness in the back rib. Slowly coming back. We're here for 1 more. You should feel the heat building up right now. We want to look at control, moving through thick mud or thick air, whatever intrinsic force that you've got going on today. Cultivate that, tap into that, slowly coming down. Lifting up, nice and control. Drawing the circle all the way back. Well done, everybody. Really good job. So now we're going to shift to the other side. I'm going to change my angle so you can see better, and I can cue it a little bit differently from this angle. So make sure that your neck got enough support. So we've got those feet nice and parallel to one another. Everything is in the same line. So you, like from this angle, you see I might be here, right? Or my knees are too close. So we want to keep that nice and 90 degrees. So I got to come a little bit higher up. And then I'm going to use my top hand, push the ground away from me, but I'm not going to put my hand here because I want you to see my leg moving. So I'm keeping it closer to my body. So coming in, nice and control, opening up to the side, and then we insert that heel into the bum, nice and control, and then slowly going down towards the ground. And then slowly coming up, nice and control, drawing a circle back in. Let's keep that going. Coming in, open up nice and control to the side. Digging that heel into the bum, have the knee move away from you. Slowly coming down towards the ground. And then I'm lifting up towards the ceiling. Slow control, draw a circle all the way back in. So remember the thick air or the thick mud, cultivate that intrinsic force. The slow and the more controlled it is, the more effective this exercise is going to be. Slowly coming down towards the ground, gently lifting up towards the ceiling, and slowly drawing a circle back. We're here for one last one. Give it the best control you've got. Coming in, opening up to the side, drive that heel towards the bum, slowly coming down, gently lifting up towards the ceiling, and drawing a circle all the way back down. Maybe massage your side butt a little bit if you feel the burn. And then if you need to grab a sip of water or something to refresh you, do that. So now we've got the hip nice and warmed up. So we're going to get into our lower spine. So we got the core working through our breath, at least integrating and coming together. So now you're going to have your hands or your elbows down on the ground. And then what I want you to do, think about we're not using our upper back in this exercise. Think about, you probably, all of you have seen cat and cow in the yoga pose. This is very much the same idea, the same direction of movement, but we only do it for the lower lumbar. But we're also controlling it and going one vertebra at a time. So you're going to have your hands nice and down on the ground and dig the elbows towards your knees. So we're locking that upper body not to move, because oftentimes we get the whole thing moving rather than having every piece of our body and our joint move independently. So now we're going to start rounding our only lower spine, one vertebra at a time. Nice and control. See, I'm not going all the way up to my upper body. I'm staying in the lower lumbar. And then I'm slowly coming down one vertebra at a time. Nice and control. As if you're poking your butt out. That's how it should be. If you tend to have tension in the lower back in this position, you can always go smaller. So we slowly go for rounding one vertebra at a time. Nice and controlled in the lower back. So now we're slowly going the other direction. Nice and control. Everything is about control. Being able to establish that connection to your joints and being able to move them one vertebra at a time rather than moving them as a unit. So slow control. So the smaller you go, the more control, the better. We're not expecting a massive range of motion here. It's super small movement, but you can feel how much work it takes to move them gently, slowly, with control. So we're here for one more. Slow control. And then one last one, going the other direction. Beautiful, and slowly let go. How's everybody feeling so far? Okay, good. Feeling a little bit more mobile, a little bit, things are moving a little bit differently. Okay, so now I want to leave you with some core activation at the end, but after that, we're going to do a quick meditation and some neck tranquilizer exercises, so to leave you feeling more relaxed at the end of your day or at the beginning of your day. What we want is lying down on the back, but have your the towel or the blanket that you want to use for underneath your neck, have that nearby so you don't need to go too far to get them. So we can easily transition to that position. So we got our core warmed up a little bit. So we're going to go a little bit deeper through the power of our breath. So when you lie down, I'm going to give it one more second. Okay. So you're going to lie down. So when you're lying down, can you find your butt more than your lower back? So ideally feel your butt more than your lower back on the ground. And then we're going to get our arm into this position. So feeling your shoulder blades are moving to the side, opening up. From the top view, it's going to look like this. So you're going to lie down, create that nice reach, and then that butt on the ground. So we softly inhale into the back of the rib, expanding the rib to the side. Now we're going to create forceful exhale out. So you're going to blow into a straw towards the ceiling, nice and strong. Exhale as strong as you can, completely empty. Bend the elbow and think about your shoulder blades are moving away from your spine. You can bring your arms a little bit closer to your face, Molly. Okay, lift from the shoulder, from the elbow a little bit more. Soft inhale again. Full exhale out. One more. Soft inhale. Don't lose the contraction that you created through the breath. Inhale again. Full exhale out. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep everything down as if I'm right beside you. I'm not letting you go. Soft inhale into the back rib. Don't lose the lower rib as much as possible. Go back to the exhale straight away. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep everything down. Soft inhale. Let the breath go to the back instead of the expanding the belly. Exhale now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soft inhale again. Full exhale out. Soft inhale one last time. Full exhale out. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let everything go and relax. Beautiful work. So now we're going to reach for our blanket or our towel, whatever that you have lying down near you. So you're going to put it right underneath your neck. So how can you know if it's a right size for you? So that you feel the support on the neck and you feel the back of your head touching the ground. Okay, so we want to have both. The back of the head touching the ground and still feeling supported on the neck. So get into the position, feet nice and relaxed on the ground. So you're going to stay in that position. I'm going to come forward to the camera so you can see what I'm talking about while I show it, but just have a glance at me. So what I want you to do is drive the jaw forward towards the ceiling and then have your eyes go backward or pretend that you're looking up behind you. So I'm going to show it on the ground. So we drive the jaw up towards the ceiling. And then eyes going back behind me. So there's that gentle shift in the airways in the head Now bring your eyes back to center. Relax the jaw, slowly let it go. We're going to do that one more time. Drive the bottom jaw up towards the ceiling. Look behind you. Bring the eyes back to center and slowly let go of the jaw. And then now I want you to bring all of your attention to your breath. You can have your hands land on your lower rib or land on either side of you. We still want to softly breathe to the side of the ribs, but the exhale is different this time. The exhale is going to happen through the nose only. The inhale and the exhale are happening through the nose, and we keep them nice and relaxed. Soft inhale. Full exhale out through the nose. With every rep of breath, see if you can breathe in a way that you're not using your shoulders or your neck. The primary muscle for breathing is your diaphragm, but how many of us are addicted to using our neck and shoulders for our breathing needs? Imagine that we can let go of the tension in the shoulder and in the neck and really use the diaphragm to do its work. So this is a great opportunity for you to give permission to the neck and the shoulder to relax through the power of your own breath and sensation. Keep going. So I'm going to be talking a little bit less here on the breathing, just to review. You're inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, keeping it nice and soft, no tension on the neck or shoulders. Everything is happening in the diaphragm. And here and there, see if you can let go of the neck, let go of the shoulder. Rather than moving them, you don't want to move them. You just want to sensationally let go and relax. Continue keeping your airways open. You can have your knees meet one another as well, so you can have the legs rest. Feet fully grounded to the earth beneath you. You continue practicing becoming a channel for the breath to move through rather than bringing so much effort and exhaustion to the way that we breathe. Allowing the back of your head sink into the ground a little bit deeper. Let your eyes soften, your forehead soften. Allow that softening travel down to your jaw, while you have your tongue rest gently on the roof of your mouth. And see if you can increase the surface that the tongue touches the roof of your mouth. While you're holding that touch point, can you relax the tongue simultaneously? And allow your jaw to relax one more time. Maybe detach your back teeth gently. And gently bring them back to one another. Have them gently touch. And allow that softness to travel down to the front and back of your neck. Down to your throat and the way you use your voice. Allow your shoulders melt down to the ground. Feeling your upper back relaxing on the ground, your shoulder blades, like your wings, are opening up, going to the side and rest behind you. Feeling your heart soften in the middle of your heart space. Feeling the softness traveling down to your belly, into your navels. Down through your arms. Into your hands. Allowing your grip to soften even more. Just letting go of the grip on life, the grip on our mouse, on our keyboard, on our computer, on our phones. Just allowing the grip to soften, not in the body, but also in the mind. Allow that softness to move down into your pelvic floor, into your butt muscles, down through your hamstrings, your quads, your knees, front and back, down through your shins and calves, ankles, and your feet, and through the bottom of your feet. Continue with the softness of the breath in and out through the nose, and see if you can let go of the tension in the neck without moving it. Just allowing it to sink into the blanket beneath you, to sink into the support beneath you. It's okay to get out of survival. It's okay to relax. It's safe to relax for all of us. We're here for a few more breaths in and out. And scan your body one more time from the top of your head all the way down to your feet, and see if you can let go. You can soften, relax, whatever that resonates with you. And now bringing your attention to the parts of your body that are exposed to the air, to the sensation of feeling the air on your body. Feeling the sensation of your clothes on your skin. And the sensation of being in the room that you're in right now. Can you let go of or relax your neck a little bit more, soften your neck a little bit more on the blanket, on the support beneath you? Now, slowly, I encourage you to bring your attention back to the room that you're in, returning to normal breath, while you maintain that gentleness and softness in the body and the mind. And whenever you're ready, bring gentle emotion into your fingertips, into your toes. And whenever you're ready, you can return. There's absolutely no rush. Take your time.